Welcome family, as you know it, we're going to be analyzing the markets this Sunday where we focused, where we predict the markets and we're diving deeper to actually educate you as a viewer, and we're going to be on NASDAQ as you know it, and we're going to be breaking it down all the way from the monthly, weekly, and of course we go to the daily, H4 as well as H1 just to show you exactly what's happening. And of course we're using smart money concepts along with our strategy, and I'm going to be showing you. Stick around as we go to the chart. Okay family, so as you can see we are on the chart right now, and I am on NASDAQ just 11 hours before the market opens, right? And I just want to bring your attention all the way now to this candlesticks. Let me zoom in for some of you guys that are on your phones just to let you see it clearly. Now, there's a typical spike or weak rejection that I see that the market had done here just to fill in a fair value gap before it went all the way up to pull back into it. And of course, as we know that NASDAQ is a bullish market, and many of us are so anticipating the market to buy, but it's not buying. And of course, my sentiment as it is that I want the market to actually at least fill up this place. So if we can have this candle all the way closing here, okay, closing for the next 2 weeks to come before this month actually gets to. So if we can have this candle closing all the way to fill in this imbalances right here that we have, then we can ultimately now start to gear up to go up. But of course, we don't control the market. We don't have to feel anything if it still goes down. The only thing that we need to, or rather we need to achieve, is to be profitable off a move that we see in the markets. Okay. Now we're going to go to, of course, your weekly time frame, and we want to also break it down a little bit more as we see more database on the weekly chart. Okay, let's bring it. And as we can see, this low that I'm talking about is right here. Okay. And as we can see, the market has given us the right structures that we need in terms of predicting or going with the trend. Somebody did ask this: what do you mean when you say follow the trend? A trend is basically when we have, like right here, right? We have higher highs in the market, we have lower lows, lower highs, and of course lower lows and lower highs that we created. So the whole market movement is something like that, and that's what we're actually seeing there. So what we can anticipate, or the rule is, once the market has created a lower low and it creates a lower high and lower low, we know that it has to, from a lower high, we need to actually create a lower low. And that's what we can actually see here that might be potentially happening, is that as the market, pushes all the way down, probably this week, we may anticipate the market to come back to this prices here to create that lower low that I'm talking about. But is it just going to push down so easily, or is it going to do something before we can actually get the push down? That's what we're asking ourselves, and we want to go all the way to another time frame, at least smaller to the weekly, which is a daily time frame where it will have a little bit more feedback, right? So I'm just going to edit this quickly just to less intensify this pure sectors. Okay, so as you have the market, it's showing you Wednesday, Thursday, all of that, right? And we can clearly see now there's a different structure on a daily time frame, so it doesn't look as easy as I was just explaining it. And I did highlight a very important order block in the markets, and I also did highlight structure that was given to us, in fact, last week on last week's analysis. And I want to do the very same thing here, right? We can have the structure. It had taken that liquidity so that the market can come back all the way. Let me just take that. There we go. And we can see this liquidity that was taken by the market to create that point, because many people could have anticipated for it to create another higher high, or rather another equal high, in order to sell. But as you can see, it broke that, and that's when it began to sell. And that actual action created, or that actual move created the order block that we see right there. So I'm just going to put a bullseye just to show you that this is where potentially I aim. If the market is going to pull back all the way, Okay, and of course, as you can see, there is an intraday trend that has already started. That means it may finish up this week before we can get the market to push all the way down all over there. And as you can see, I'm breaking it down even way deeper because I'm showing you that the trend originally, it's trading, of course, bearish, which is a pullback in the monthly time frame, as we understand that Nasdaq, it is a bullish market. That Nasdaq is a bullish market. So now we can see a bullish intraday, and we can see the overall trend on the daily time frame that's showing us that we're still in a very strong bearish market. So what can we conclude from this? Let's just analyze this. We can see very well that the market, did take some liquidity there. If we can go to the 4H just to check this intraday. Okay, I'm just going to zoom in, and we can see this liquidity that was being taken by the market. And of course, there are key levels here. There are POIs that the market had created, or if we can just refine that order block that the market had given us. Okay, we can put that all over there, and it came into it, and the market rallied all the way up. We can see a lot of structures being broken. So what does it mean now as we're going all the way up? Can we anticipate the market at least to start giving us upward movement to this higher time frame order block? I do anticipate that it will, because of the strong momentum that we're already seeing here. Okay. Of course, I'm looking for it to just take this liquidity to validate, of course, smart money structure, to say if we can have it taking an all this liquidity point where this is a retailer sentiment, to say if we're expecting, a lot of us are expecting the market to keep on selling. It did that last week, it sold. But now, whenever it becomes too obvious, even to a beginner, the market, I know very well, it's going to trap a lot of the people to, it's basically what it may potentially do, right? It may, of course, push all the way up. That's clear enough from this point to this point. It may do something like this. Drop it, so it may hit their SLs, drop the market, then bring it back all the way up before we can close the month and tank it all the way. And I believe that's exactly what may happen based off experience trading the markets and the behavior that I've identified being a trade specialist on Nasdaq. I just hope it's clear what I'm saying, family. And why may it potentially do this? Let's understand. The market will, because it's in an uptrend. Again, we have the structure being created, right? We have lower lows right here with higher highs. Okay, so we have all of these points: higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, equal lows with that high, and higher lows. So it might potentially create a higher high, but of course, this higher high, a lot of people are anticipating the market to sell. So it's going to be there to liquidate their orders, then tank the market down, and potentially now create another higher low somewhere here to push the market up. And of course, it does make sense that at this point, let me just get rid of all of that. At this point, we do have an order block that the market created. So my analysis to say we might have the market push all the way up, come back to this order block, and push all the way up into this higher time frame. Okay, higher time frame order block that we have in order to tank the market all the way down. I believe this is the most beautiful smart money analysis that I've ever done, especially to predict the market. Oh my God, this is perfect, right? And it really does make sense analytically, because as a trader, you want the market to give you information. You want it to give you all the information. As a trader, when you're doing a focused for the market, you're just taking database. You're a database analyst. That's all that you are, until the market is open and you get to trade, you get a trade opportunity. That's when you are a trader. That means you're making a decision based on facts to enter a trade and understanding the risks involved in that, setting them the right way, and of course, anticipating the market to go your way based off price action principles that other traders have accumulated over decades to prove the database that it actually works. Anyway, guys, I just hope you understand what I'm saying. And of course, I hope you got so much value of this. And of course, make sure that you also just subscribe if you like this channel, the way we do our things, the way we analyze this resonates with you so much as an individual and your journey as a trader. Make sure to just subscribe as well as like and comment down below. What do you also see? Let us interact. Let us build the trading community that we want, of course, family. And as you're going to go about trading and taking trades, you want to be on the right side, trading with the right people and the right broker. And of course, we do have WikiFX, right? WikiFX it's an app or it's just an organization whereby they have 36,000 brokers available to check if they are reliable brokers enough for you to trade. Are you gonna get your withdrawal? Is your deposit gonna get there? And of course, do they have any nitty-gritties, dodgy things that happens with their brokers? So WikiFX is the app that I use all the time, and most people ask me which broker should I use. I believe WikiFX is your answer. Anyway, family, see you tomorrow or whenever I post a new video. See you guys. Thank you so much for watching.